Hello, Year 10 business. So I'm going to start Unit 2, you know. It's how we roll these days, right? So yeah, slight disclaimer we'll start off with. I'm going to make these videos because I don't really mind making a complete fool out of myself. But obviously, I think that Mrs. Reeves and Mrs. Perry's groups, you're going to have to kind of get used to me because I don't really know you guys. You're still going to send your work to them, but you can still watch these videos. I know it's a bit weird because my son's been watching his school videos, and when it's not his teacher, he's a bit like that. It's not my teacher, I don't know her. However, he's 6, you're all grown up, I'm sure you can cope. Anyway, we'll give it a go, right? Good luck. Here we go. We're going to start by learning our first topic in Unit 2, which is all about growth. So what you're going to need to do is to grab some pens, paper, you know, we're going to make really good quality class notes, so same as you would in class. If you've got a book you want to use, great. A4 lined paper, whatever it is you've got to hand, ideally not post-it notes, but you know, something you can write in. And you know, a ruler to underline the titles. You know, we can live in hope. So if you want to pause me now to go and get everything you need, please do so. And unpause me. Okay, so what we're going to look at in this lesson is we're going to look at business growth. We're going to look at why do businesses grow and how do they grow. Yeah, simple. We're going to nail it. We're going to look at the sort of theory, and then we're going to look at some real life examples, okay? And I'm not going to try and do this with my hair too much because I've noticed I do it a lot of my videos. A little bit upset about the roots right now, you know. Upsetting, and I might try some home dye, and that can make next week's lessons a bit more interesting. Anyway, your first subheading then, so your title's growth, subheading, why do businesses grow? Okay, so what we're going to look at is some different reasons why businesses grow. One of the main reasons, not all businesses start big. Yeah, they're not all going to just, you're not going to have a multi-million pound international business straight away. Okay, these things take time. But most businesses, as they grow, they discover they have economies of scale. So that's your first reason why businesses grow, is that the bigger you get, the more savings you can make. The word economy is to do with savings. The word scale is to do with size. So this literally means the savings you make by being a bigger business. Okay, so I'm going to give you some examples of that. Say you employ an accountant, okay? You're a firm of 10 employees and you've got to employ an accountant. That accountant's salary is, you know, set. If your business grows dramatically, you've still got that same accountant, you're still paying their salary, yeah? But your business is much, much bigger. So the cost of that salary is therefore spread across more units, okay? Let's take an advert, for example. You pay £1 million for a TV advert and you sell 1 million pencils, okay? That advert is costing £1 per pencil, yeah? Hanley Academy class of 2020, I had these made for my son. And that's quite an expense per pencil, right? But let's say that £1 million advert, actually I sell 1 billion pencils. Okay, I'm doing pretty well in my pencil business. All of a sudden, each pencil that is having to contribute less to the overall marketing cost of the business. That's what's called economies of scale. And you can make savings in terms of your cost, okay? The second thing is to have a larger market share, okay? So out of all the mobile phones sold in the world, you want to sell more than your competitors, okay? You want recognition, maybe. You want that, you know, that fame, yeah, as well as the fortune. You want the revenue and the profit that comes from selling more items, okay? So that's why we grow. Just so you know, some people don't do that. Some people set up their own businesses and they don't want to take over the world, you know. We're going to look at 2 different types of growth, and it's organic and inorganic, okay? And first of all, I want us to think about what those words mean, okay? So the word organic, where have you heard this word before? Where, in what context? Now, vegetables, that's where. Vegetables. Fruit and vegetables are either grown organically or non-organically. What does that mean? If they're organic, what do they not have? Oh yes, that's right. Well done. Yes. I can hear you, see, it's weird, but I can. But no outside assistance, yeah? Organic grow on their own without any pesticides. Taste much nicer, cost a lot more. But this is a bit better if I hold this here. You can't see my face. I feel so sorry for you. Anyway, so organic growth. Here you go, here's some notes. Organic growth means that the business grows on its own, okay? That's broccoli, just in case you wanted to know. And basically, you develop your own products or you go into your own markets. You're doing this all on your own, no outside help whatsoever. And it's really good for keeping your core values of your business, keeping all your profit, your employees are safe. You know, it's a really secure way to develop your business is organically. Okay, feel free to pause and like make notes if you need to. Okay. So how do you go about doing that? If you want to grow on your own, okay, well, it's you know, it's innovating your products. It's doing research and development into your customers, into your markets, into your products, making new stuff, yeah, using technology. It's about going into overseas markets. So like Tesco went to the States. It's about opening up new markets. Okay, so it could be that you start developing a kids range of trainers, or you start selling menswear instead of women's wear, or as well as rather, you start selling in Italy as well as France. All of these things, you can develop new markets, you can develop new products, and that's how you grow. Okay, it is slower to grow this way. Okay, no outside assistance, doing it on your own, organically. Yeah. But there's lots of companies that do it. Here's 3 I picked at random. Well, not at random actually. Lego. I'm just living the Lego life right now. Look, we're doing, this week is the Human Body Week. I don't know why we're including Lego, but we are. Great company, yeah. And they've never bought anyone else out. They've grown on their own. Okay, they're amazing. Love Lego. Discovered a real skill for it lately. I might even show you some next week. Under Armour. Okay, I don't know if you're aware of this company. If not, you can, you know, part of your task later I'll explain. You can choose to research this one. But they've grown slowly but surely on their own. Same with Innocent. It's taken them years with their smoothies, but they've developed on their own. Okay, so there's 3 examples of some businesses. We'll come back to this at the end. Oh, spoiler alert. Okay, so if organic's doing it on our own, yeah, no outside interference, no pesticides, no, you know, we're just growing on our own. Inorganic is the opposite, yeah? So, inorganic. This is where, this is a bit awkward. Kind of wish I had a whiteboard. You know, whatever. Inorganic means that we combine with another business. Okay, we can do that in a number of different ways. We can either do it as a merger. Okay, that's where we join with another business, or we could take over another business. Okay, we could buy a load of smaller businesses and buy them all out. Okay, happened with I think it happened with Tesco, and they bought all the one stops. It's really, really good if you want quick growth, yeah? Because you can just, gym companies did it. I think it was Virgin Active, bought absolutely loads of gyms all over the place. Small, tiny gyms. And then they had all these facilities and they just put all their branding on it, boom, done, yeah? The problem is with mergers and takeovers, when two big businesses join together, you've got communication issues, you've got staff problems. I mean, there's some real big issues there. Those of you going on to study A-level, this is like, we study this a lot more in detail. For now, don't worry about it too much. Just know that there are issues with takeovers and mergers, because you've got two companies becoming one, and it doesn't always pan out very well. However, it's worked quite well for some of these guys. Facebook, Jaguar, Apple, all grown inorganically, all either done mergers or takeovers. You know, it's a successful way to grow your business. Okay, there's no right or wrong. Okay, it always just depends on the business. It depends. It always does depend in business. When we get to like exam technique, it depends should be something that just rolls off the tongue. Yeah. You know, if someone came to me about their business, oh, should I buy out this company and grow that way, or should I just develop more slowly on my own? It depends, doesn't it? It depends on who you're talking about. Okay, so what you're going to do, this is a double lessons worth of task, okay, which is a good job because this video is banging on. I can see it's already 11 minutes. You're going to have 3 different tasks to do, okay? Number 1, hopefully you have now got some class notes, okay? Now, because it would just be good to check that, you are going to submit those to your teacher, please. Okay, so if you can now use the OneDrive scanning thing and you've handwritten your notes, amazing. Can you please use that, because it's so much easier for us. The whole Firefly thing, I'm spending so much time marking like this, I think I'm just going to end up walking like a bit. Yeah, so please could you try that if you know how to use it? That'd be really helpful. If you've typed your notes, like, that's also fine. Just send them to us so that we know you've made some class notes, just covering the things that I've just talked about. Okay, and then what we would like you to do, please, is this. Look at some, you're going to sort of look at some company profiles, look at their history, basically. And I want you to choose 2 different businesses, because I want you to look at some businesses that have grown organically and some businesses that have grown inorganically. And I want you to look at how they've grown, the history, the timeline, the revenue, the profit, the countries they trade in. You know, I want you to spend a decent amount of time on this task. You know, if you find, well, after an hour you've done both, then you've probably not gone into enough detail. Okay, you might want to think about, well, what are the advantages of Facebook taking over other companies? Okay, and really think about that. Find some news reports. Don't just look at their company history, because it's going to be very biased, right? Find some news reports. Why has it benefited Apple to buy out other people? Okay, and think about the benefits of these companies. Why are they so strong? Because they've done it independently, organically. Okay, so class notes, so we're really clear about the difference between organic and inorganic growth. Okay, as well as make sure you understand what economies of scale means. Just trying to find my notes. There they are, economies of scale. Okay, so make sure you understand what that means. And then 2 different company profiles. One business that's grown organically, one that's grown inorganically, and then you submit all of that to your teacher, please. Okay, so they can see that you understand what this topic is all about, what we mean, you know, the difference between the 2, and you can like really understand some of the businesses that have chosen different ways in terms of how they've grown. Okay, we're going to follow on with this next week. We're going to look at how business ownership might change and how they fund that growth. Okay, so like I say, please keep these notes safe because you'll end up adding to them as we go along. And please do let me know how you're finding this way of learning. Okay, I'm really up for taking on board suggestions and yeah, just please let me know or let your teacher know if I'm not your regular teacher. And we'll see what we can do to make it work for you. Any questions, please ask. Yeah, well, let's give it a go, shall we, guys? You know, focus fish. Yeah, stay focused. Sit down, squirrel. Sit on your bottom. Get your work done. Then relax, yeah? Yeah, I think that's it. Yeah, okay. I'm going to go. This is so weird. Yeah, let's get back to school soon. All right, stay safe. Sanitize. Keep your distance. Don't go out. Do go out, you know. Bye.